It's gonna be a good one today. There's a lot of pros and con videos out there, and I mean, I've shot 3 over the last 2 years, and most of the videos out there, they just tell you the same thing. They tell you the weather's great, the job market's thriving, there's hurricanes, and how locals really don't worry about them because honestly, we don't, not as much as you'd think. And then they mention the bugs, the traffic, how hot it gets in the summers, the thunderstorms, the alligators, how diverse the people are, and I'm not saying they're wrong. I actually agree with pretty much all of it, but now it's 2023, and some things have changed. In this video I shot right here in 2022, I addressed politics and red tide because, well, that was mainstream. But in today's video, I'm going back to the well, and I'm pulling up some goodies that haven't been mentioned yet. So if you're living in Tampa, Florida, or you're looking to move here in 2023, stay tuned because I'm giving it all to you, and I'm doing it right now. A little intro for those of you that don't know me yet. I'm Morejon, and welcome to my channel. We cover everything there is to know about the Tampa Bay area, including the best neighborhoods and things to do so you can get a real good feel for what it's like living here. In today's video, I'm giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly of living in Tampa, Florida, also known as the pros and cons. And at the end of this video, if you leave wanting more information about the area, including the things like where to live in Tampa, the best neighborhoods, or maybe you're just like, hey, I like this Adam guy and I need him to be my realtor. Well, that's my bread and butter. I am a licensed realtor, so see that number on the screen, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email because my team and I would be happy to help you and your family find your next home. Today, I get to play devil's advocate. While I was born and raised in Tampa, and I'm a huge fan of the city, no place is perfect, and I'm here to tell you that there are some things that might be deal breakers for you if you're moving here and might catch you a little off guard. My plan is to give you viewpoints from both sides of each topic, and I will do my best to mix in talking points that are mostly relevant in today's world. So let's jump right into things with unrealistic expectations. Not doing your homework on a city that you aren't familiar with can leave a very bad first impression. I had one guy that flew into Tampa ready to spend like $1 million on a home in South Tampa, only to find out that it was not all of what he thought it would be. Much of South Tampa, and the city of Tampa for that matter, is made up of communities that have older homes. His expectations were just to fly in, find a new home with a modern flair for $1 million, and was surprised that the area was filled with historic homes and brick roads, and they were fetching $2 million. That old saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure, well, that came to mind. The city of Tampa has long traditions and many older historic areas, and the value lies in its location and its older character. If you come to Tampa looking for master plan communities with all the bells and the whistles, you won't find it in the city, but you aren't out of luck. Tampa has a little something for everyone, so if new is what you want, look no further than the Tampa suburbs to the north and to the southeast of Tampa, and you'll have your pickings. While we're on the subject of things that might catch you off guard, what about home maintenance and upkeep of your yard? It's well known that Tampa has amazing weather all year round and tons of sunny days. It's also well known that it rains a lot in the summer. Well, combine the two and everything's green and it's blooming and blossoming all the time. And what does this mean for you? It means that you should budget for a landscaper because 2/3 of the year, the grass and the weeds and the trees and the bushes, they grow like crazy. If you're like me, I actually do a little yard work and I enjoy it. So let me tell you, in the summer, you're cutting the grass every week. And if you miss a week because of the heavy rains, the next week, the grass is like over your ankles. And you most likely, it's damp. And good luck getting a clean cut because even the best lawnmower out there is like, come on, man. So you catch a little break in the fall and winter, only having to cut the grass every other week. But then it's time to rake leaves. It may not seem like much when you have to maintain the pool, the yard, and everything else that comes with parenting and being a homeowner. You just might want to factor it all in. That's all I'm saying. So I'll come back for more things you probably should know if you aren't from here and planning on moving here, but let me take a second to give Tampa some love because let's face it, the good outweighs the bad. Time recently put out an article ranking Tampa as one of the greatest places in the world, and that sent me down the rabbit hole of looking up Tampa's recent accolades. In the article, it mentions Tampa finally taking full advantage of what's been here all along, the riverfront and Tampa Bay. There's waterfront everywhere. And I couldn't agree more. Earlier in the year, US Today ranked the Tampa Riverwalk, which I covered in this video, as the second best riverwalk in the country. It's 2.5 miles long and connects businesses, parks, museums, entertainment, art, history, and there's plenty of stops along the way, like restaurants and views of the river that you can enjoy. The Riverwalk connects to the downtown and Channelside area where you'll find major attractions like the Amalie Arena, which hosts major concerts and live acts, but is mostly known as the home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. In 2022, the Sports Business Journal named the Tampa Bay Lightning as the team of the year with its back-to-back Stanley Cup wins, and in 2021 named Tampa as the best sports city. Now I know we just lost Tom Brady, but let me tell you, win or lose, Tampa has 4 major professional sports teams, and to have all of them locally, it's a dream come true for a sports fan like me. I've got more accolades for you, but it only feels right in a pros and cons list to hop back and forth a little, so let me bring you back to reality for just a minute. With inflation hitting the country pretty hard over the last few years, there isn't a city that hasn't felt some pain in their wallet. So I'm not gonna dive into cost of living too deep, but there are 2 things that have changed the most for Tampa residents in 2023. The cost of utilities and the increase in home insurance. Pretty straightforward on utilities here. Tampa Electric just sent out a notice that utilities will increase by roughly 10%, so get ready for some more solar companies popping up. As far as home insurance increasing, there are 2 main causes for this. The recent Hurricane Ian that made landfall in South Florida in 2022 ate up some of the insurance companies' reserves. But to be honest, the most concerning issues are the amount of roofing claims and litigation costs that end up making insurance premiums rise. Locally, we are seeing roofing companies go door to door offering to get you a new roof. And that's attractive to just about anyone. Well, they walk the roof and they assess the damage and they ask you to assign over the insurance benefits and they'll fight the good fight for you. Well, they submit the claim to the insurance company and if the insurance company says no, they sue them. The problem here is that the insurance companies are better off paying for the roof versus attorney fees. And when this happens by the thousands, they either go out of business or they raise the rates. Now, this has been going on for a few years now, and the snowball effect has caught up to homeowners insurance and has now increased the rate to cover the bill. And let me take things back to home maintenance again for just a minute. Many people don't realize that homes in Florida have to be maintained every year. There's always something to do, or at least you should do. And if you neglect home maintenance over time, your home will be in rough shape. So let me give you some examples. It rains a lot in Florida, and it's really humid too. The best thing you can do for your home is just seal it from the outside in. And that means that, to make sure the exterior is painted and there's no cracks in the stucco. Your windows are sealed properly, rain gutters and downspouts, they're directed water away from your home, and the bushes and trees are cut away from the home. Now I know this sounds normal, but water can do damage to a home very quickly. Almost every home inspection on an older home, you'll find wood rot on the exterior door frames, just from the rain soaking into the wood. And keep up with your roof because a roof can leak for a while before noticing and water likes to travel, causing more damage. So over time, you have to pressure wash your home and get rid of that algae growth, and the same goes for your driveways. Now, I doubt you're getting scared off just yet, but if you are starting to second guess yourself about living in Tampa, Florida, let me share with you a few more reasons why others think Tampa is the best of the best. It's a great city for traveling and getting away. I've always said Tampa's a great travel hub, and in 2022, J.D. Power ranked Tampa International Airport as the best large airport in America. And they're not wrong. Every time I travel and fly back into TIA, I always tell my wife it's such a breeze getting in and out of the airport. Being an international airport, you can also find direct flights abroad and easy to travel to Mexico and South America. If flying isn't your forte, all is not lost because we have cruises that leave the port of Tampa weekly. While getting out of Tampa is easy, if you are searching for great food, you won't have to go far. In 2022, Wallet Hub ranked Tampa Bay as the 8th best foodie city in America, and I couldn't agree more. Tampa's loaded with different cuisines from around the world. My family personally has owned a restaurant in Tampa for over 50 years, and I love all the new restaurants that pop up each year because that means more date nights. You can enjoy everything from small spots like West Tampa Sandwich Shop and Big Ray's Fish Camp to fine dining staples like Burns Steakhouse and the Tampa edition, led by a Michelin-starred chef. Sunday markets and food truck rallies are the norm, and festivals like the Taste of Tampa and the Pig Jig, those are always fun to try out. Everyone talks about how good the job market is in Tampa Bay, but what flies under the radar is the tech scene here. Over the last few years, the tech sector has really boomed, and it's starting to catch some eyes. Forbes published an article that Tampa is an emerging tech hub to keep an eye on, and recently we've had everything from IT companies to cybersecurity solutions opening up shop here. So it's not just tourism and hospitality anymore. If all this wasn't enough, Money published the best places to live in 2022, and Tampa made the top 10 on its list. They look at things that matter the most, like economic opportunities, quality of life, diversity, and best future forecast. To sum it up, they said Tampa was affordable and action-packed. Festivals every month, over 100 breweries, theme parks, sports, the outdoors, and some culture and diversity all mixed in. And I couldn't have said it better myself. But what about the affordability part? Well, it's a funny thing. Tampa is not the most affordable, but compared to other major cities on the list, it actually is. With the influx of people moving to Tampa, the real estate prices have increased by double digits each of the last 2 years, and it's come down some from its peak, but let me tell you, people are not shying away from moving here. It's not as affordable as it once was, but Tampa has always somewhat flown under the radar and was actually undervalued in my eyes. You'll find that $350,000 to $700,000 price range to be the most popular, and the $850,000 to $1 million the least popular price range. Luxury real estate is always popular, but you will find our luxury homes are much less compared to the other major cities. Don't believe me? Compare waterfront living to any similar area and let me know. Now, I didn't get to mention our world-class beaches, no state income tax, and the fact that we live where others come to vacation, all while living just an hour away from Disney World, where some people save up years just to visit. We also have natural springs, hiking and biking trails, endless fishing and water sports, and more golf courses than you can imagine. Yes, Tampa has its negatives, but it makes the top list of places to live for a reason. If you think you're ready to call Tampa home or have questions about moving here, see that number on the screen? Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, because my team and I will be happy to help you and your family find your next home. And until that next video, I'll catch you later.